Hey, you want to see something cool? Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Studios here, and welcome back to another movie review with the release of The Wild Robot in my country, which I am finally seeing it on Thursday. I am here today to do a review on Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is the second installment in the Puss in Boots duology and the sixth installment in the overall Shrek universe. And it came out in the year 2022 and is directed by Joel Crawford, and it stars Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, Harvey Guillen, Wagner Mora, Florence Pugh, Olivia Colman, Ray Winstone, Samson Kyle, John Mulaney, Davin Joy Randolph, Anthony Mendez, etc. And so the film tells the story of your Puss in Boots who has discovered that his passion for adventure has taken its toll as he has burned 8 out of his 9 lives after constantly dying. And after seeing a doctor, he has been advised to retire in order to save his last life. But being the arrogant hero that he is, who never stops fulfilling his dreams, he does not listen to his doctor and still continues on his adventures. But however, he comes across this wolf named Death, who literally scares who nearly kills Puss. So much so that he actually makes Puss decide to actually retire and realize that the doctor is actually right. Until now, Puss has become a washed-up loser who is traumatized by Death, the wolf, and wants to make sure that that he stays away from him, and he's never found. He submits himself to an orphanage in order to protect himself. But the adventure begins. So when there is a wishing star there's a wishing star and a map that a bunch of characters are fighting to get. So Goldilocks and the Three Bears search for Puss in Boots in order to get his help to find the map in order to reach reach a wishing star. But yeah, he reunites with Kitty Softpaws, and also has a new sidekick named Perito. Until now, they come face to face with Goldilocks and the Three Bear, as well as the big bad of this film, Jack Horner, in order to find this wishing star, while Puss faces off against Death, the wolf, who is his biggest fear. So yes, I know what you're gonna say. Wait a minute, Frozen, didn't you review this film already before? Well, yes, I did. But however, my previous review of this film was rather improper. Yeah, it wasn't really the best review I've ever done. I could have ever done, and I could have done much. I could have done a hell lot better than that. My first review of Puss in Boots 2 was literally a vlog style review. Yes, I know I did also do that with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, but the difference is that my review of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 felt more like an actual proper review, but my Puss in Boots review was actually pretty outdated. At least my Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning review ages well. And the second time I talked about Puss in Boots on my channel, I made an actual video, and it was my rant on the movie where I did it for April Fool's Day to trick people. Normally I would rant on movies that everyone else likes, even though I love it to trigger them, and because I don't want to rant on a movie that I am personally passionate about. We'll see what I'll do for April Fool's. But my previous April Fool's was cool. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, some people actually believe that I actually hate Puss in Boots 2 now, because it seemed genuine. it seemed like that rant video was 7 minutes long, and yeah, so yeah, people thought that it was like it's like real. And I hate it, but yeah, you do know that it's April Fool's, right? Like, do you at least see that it came out on April 1, 2023? Yeah, that could tell. And the reason why it's 7 minutes long is that I actually want to convince people that it's actually real, and it wasn't just an April Fool's prank. But unfortunately, yes, I mean it was easy to tell, and yeah. But the fact that some people actually thought it was real just goes to show how good I was with that April Fool's prank. Okay, anyways, yeah, so enough of that. Now let's get into why exactly am I reviewing Puss in Boots 2 now, and specifically before watching The Wild Robot. Because of two reasons. One, it was the previous DreamWorks film that used the comic book animation style, which The Wild Robot is doing. And two, this was the previous DreamWorks film, the last DreamWorks film to be critically acclaimed. And yes, I actually did recently rewatch The Bad Guys with a plan to review it, but unfortunately life got in the way, which is why I haven't done a video since my Joker to review, because life just got in the way, and I was supposed to review The Bad Guys, but I decided, you know what, since The Bad Guys 2 is coming out in less than a year away, I think it will be like fine for me to watch to like review The Bad Guys in preparation for The Bad Guys 2, which The Bad Guys 2 is the only DreamWorks animated film of 2025 I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Dogman looks overrated in all honesty. And yeah, now, yeah, I think Puss in Boots 2, reviewing Puss in Boots 2 now is kind of appropriate, because considering all the comparisons that people make between this and Puss in Boots 2. So yeah, now I'm sure you guys remembered how much I was not looking forward to this film, because of just how much the marketing has been doing. Just by the fact that the marketing has been doing this movie dirty lately. The first trailer I hated. I thought it looked really looked like shit. The second trailer was not any better. I was like, yeah, this movie's gonna suck. This is gonna be another shitty DreamWorks film, and we actually got a truly great DreamWorks film with The Bad Guys. While not perfect and not among their best films, it's still just a great film, and I'd say one of DreamWorks' more underappreciated films, as that film, was no one talks about The Bad Guys anymore, and also but however, the trailer 3 actually, I will admit that trailer 3 was actually not bad, and it actually made me like want to give this movie a chance. Maybe realize that maybe this movie might be surprisingly good. So yeah, I went into this movie with an open mind. And at first, I called it solid but overrated. However, the more I thought about this film, the more my thoughts got better and better and better from here. And now, now I think it's a truly great film. Yeah. Now, yes, I already gave away my opinion on it now, but I still got more things to say in my introduction, my build up to my initial thoughts on it. Now, yes, this movie certainly did surprise the hell out of me for damn sure. But maybe not that much of a surprise, because I was like thinking, hey, maybe this could actually be good. This film got so much praise from critics and general audiences alike that and a lot of people would even go as far as calling this the best animated film of 2022, and the animated film that should win Best Picture. And while I can see the praise for this film, I don't really agree that is the best animated film of 2022. Let alone an animated film worthy of winning Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. Now, yes, it certainly is one of the better animated films of 2022, because let's be real here, 2022 is one of the absolute worst years for animation. In fact, it is the worst year for animation. I mean, yeah, I haven't forgotten that 2022 was the year where a lot of my subscribers were hating on me because of how harsh I am towards animation, and how I kept on constantly ranting on these shitty kitty animated films, no matter how good they were. But yeah, I mean, there's just way too many animated films I hated. Sure, yes, there were some truly great ones like Turning Red, which I think is better than both of the DreamWorks films that came out 2022. Even if it's not a masterpiece and one of Pixar's best films. You got Intergalactic, which I think is very underappreciated. And pretty much the closest Spider-Verse animation style you'd ever get to the looks of Spider-Verse. And also you got the pretty good Bob's Burgers the movie. Yeah, that movie was supposed to enjoyable. But then yeah, you get to real stinkers like Hotel Transylvania Transformania, which is nowadays my worst movie of 2022. The Ice Age Adventures of Buckwild. We all know how shit that was. Minions: The Rise of Gru, which I think is the most overrated animated film of 2024. Why the hell do people like this movie so much? DC League of Super Pets, the worst Warner Animation Group movie. Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank, the worst Nickelodeon movie since 2010's The Last Airbender. Luck, which I was Luck, which I was hoping to be solid, but turned out to be a piece of shit. And yeah, a bunch of others. And even Disney disappointed me in 2022. Sure, yes, I did say a second ago that I prefer Turning Red over this and The Bad Guys, for sure. But yeah, when it comes to Lightyear and Strange World, yeah, I mean, I still like Lightyear. I think Lightyear is pretty good. It's solid. But I admit that yeah, I was overhyping Lightyear for some reason. I overhyped it. It's good, but it's not that good. And unfortunately, it is one of the weaker films from Pixar. At least it's better than Toy Story 4 though. And we got Strange World, which I already reviewed it, and I think it is one of the most disappointing animated films I have ever seen in my life. I cannot believe how disappointing it was. Hey, at least Disney got a chance to redeem themselves with Wish, which I don't give a shit about what anyone else says. So yeah, but thankfully, 2022 for animation ended on a very high note. Yeah, then came December with two animated gems. One of which is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, the true best animated film of 2024, and the correct Best Animated Feature winner. I am not going to argue about that. I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio was the correct choice to win Best Picture. Y'all just don't even understand why Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio was the right choice to win. Well, I guess besides Guillermo del Toro's speech, animation is not just for kids, it's for everyone. It's not a genre, it is a medium. Like Guillermo del Toro showing his respect for animation. But yeah, y'all just didn't why don't you watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio? I have a feeling y'all didn't see it because it's just another Pinocchio remake from Disney. Except it was dumped on Netflix. No. If you think that way, then you are dumb, but and not a true animation fan. So yeah, but yeah, now on to Puss in Boots 2. Yeah. And going back to the praise that people give Puss in Boots 2, yeah, people say that Joel Crawford is the best director from DreamWorks. Yeah, no, it's not. May I remind you that Joel Crawford, what his previous work was? Yep, The Croods and New Age. Yeah, I know you're wondering. Oh, Frozen, what's wrong with Croods 2? Well, yes, I actually liked Croods 2 back in 2020 when I first saw it. I did give it a positive review. However, the more I thought about Croods 2, the more I fucking despise it. The more I hate it. And I think it is one of the worst DreamWorks sequels ever. And yeah, 2020 and 2021 was the downfall of DreamWorks. They were the absolute worst years for DreamWorks. And it was questionable on how DreamWorks was going to come back for this, how they were going to revive themselves. But then came the bad guys to save DreamWorks, and now Puss in Boots 2. Yeah, but yeah, Joel Crawford really upped his game with directing a DreamWorks film after that shitty Croods 2. Yeah, going in, I expected this to be an awful and unnecessary sequel, but that's basically what Croods 2 is. Yeah, thankfully, thankfully we got this film, and it is certainly one of the better animated films 2022. It's in my top five animated films 2022 for sure. Now, yes, comparing the two DreamWorks animated films this year in 2022, I still prefer the Bad Guys slightly more because it's just more fun, and also it's more unique. That movie is like it's like just yeah, just a lot more unique. But it just shows how consistently good DreamWorks was in 2022. Okay, now let's get into the aspects of the things I loved about this. Although the franchise is better with the CGI animation style that we knew from the Shrek films, except Shrek the Third because the animation looked like shit. Um, I still compliment the animation in this film. It was still great to look at. It didn't try way too hard to be like Spider Verse, but rather it did its own thing. Yeah, and I appreciate the animation for just not doing that and being a nice change to the franchise. But what made the film truly special were the way the characters were written and developed. Puss, known to be an arrogant and strong hero, is heavily challenged as he faces a near-death experience, all thanks to one of the DreamWorks' best villains, Death. While I wouldn't go as far as calling Death the greatest animated villain ever, like what some people make him out to be, he deserves all the praise for being absolutely terrifying and doing what an antagonist should do, challenge the hero and his goals. The film captures the depiction of anxiety and panic attacks really well. Although the panic attack isn't as intense as the one in Inside Out 2. And Puss, yeah, but the, Death is actually the main reason why Puss has had such a strong arc in this film because Puss is known to be a lovable and brave and tough hero, but Death really made Puss change into really gave Puss a different side. As now we see Puss as someone who is scared and he's low in his life and yeah. Now yeah, so now as for Perito, yeah, he he may start off as annoying, especially in that scene which I'll get to later. And yes, guys, and by the way, yes, this is not a perfect movie. I do have criticism with this film, and I will certainly get to them later. He may start off as annoying, but he actually became more likable as the film went on. Yeah, especially when he comforted Puss to stop his panic attack, and he made Puss feel better just by laying on his belly. And man, Perito was actually really adorable. Not gonna lie. When it comes to people having criticisms with the film, I know yes, people say I know a lot of people say that this movie is perfect and no notes, but when it comes to those people who actually had something to say when it comes to what the flaws of this movie are, normally it would be towards the characterization of Kitty's soft boss, and honestly, I don't get it. Yeah, sure, I will say that yes, Kitty's soft boss was the one aspect of this film was that was a significant step down. Well, not significant, but rather slightly a step down from the original, because in the original Kitty Softbus was the MVP and the big badass, but in this one, yeah, I mean, she isn't really among the standouts, but I still really liked her. Yeah, people complain that Kitty Softbus was unlikable. Yeah, mainly because she's all reliant on the past events in the first film, and using that as an excuse to hate Puss. But there was a good reason on why Kitty had a hard time trying to forgive Puss and was being so hard on him because of what happened in the end of the first movie in Santa Coloma. Now, admittedly, yes, I did forget about what happened in the end of the first film. Don't worry, I still like Puss in Boots 1, but still. But yeah, and her arc in this movie, her goal in the movie is just to want a partner who is to have a partner who she can fully trust. And of course, there is Goldilocks, who has always been my favorite character in the film from the get go and will always be. Yeah, in fact, the fact that Florence Pugh was in this film was actually the main reason why I decided to not want to hate the film and give it a chance because of her. Goldilocks has hands down the best character arc of the film, and she is one of the most sympathetic anti-heroes ever. She is just a poor orphan girl who wants a family, but then at the end, she realizes that she has three bears all along. The scene where Goldilocks sees a vision of her childhood self entering the bear's home is hands down the best scene in the film. And the one scene that, oh man, made me cry, yeah. No, maybe not like cry, like not cry on the same level as that ending of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio and the death of Carlo in the beginning, but still really made me shed a tear. Yeah, the bears were also very good, but just not among the best characters of the film. The voice actors mostly do a great job, but it's Florence Pugh who gave the best performance of them all. Yeah, but Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, Harvey Guillén, Wagner Mora, all great at their performances. And to put the cherry on top from all the other aspects, the film has tons of such intense action scenes. Yeah, a bunch like great fight scenes, especially Puss versus Death at the final battle. And also the comedy is solid too. Not sorry about that, but yeah, the comedy is pretty solid too. Not the greatest comedy, not the funniest movie ever, but the comedy does work in a way. Like especially some of Burrito's jokes. Like in the scene where he was taken from he was taken into Jack Horner's lair. No, sorry. He was taken with the Goldilocks and the three bears. He was captured by them, and then they were like having a conversation, and he was like, and Perito was like swearing in front of them with all with all the censored curse words. Yeah, that was hands down the funniest scene in the film. That was clever, and one of the best scenes in the film in general. Oh, and also let's not forget that reference to swearing where Kitty was like, that was bullshit, and then Perito was like, shh. Yeah, that was actually hilarious. Oh, and one thing I should add as well is that this film features the best song in the Shrek franchise, and one of my favorite DreamWorks songs ever. Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who is your favorite fearless hero? Yeah, yeah. That song is so catchy. In fact, yeah, dare I say, it's actually my second favorite dream. It's actually my third favorite DreamWorks songs. Yeah, if I were to make a list of my favorite DreamWorks songs, like Fearless Hero will be number 3. Yeah, my personal favorite DreamWorks song would be when you believe from your Prince of Egypt. I can't sing high pitched songs right now. Yeah, but Prince of Egypt is that song from Prince of Egypt is my favorite, and of course, and my second favorite song is "We Know Where No One Goes." Yeah, from How to Train Your Dragon 2. In fact, there are times when I actually consider where no one goes to be my personal favorite DreamWorks songs. But yeah, Fearless Heroes is easily top 3. Oh yeah, and also one thing I forgot to mention about the animation. Yeah, my personal favorites like probably what I think is the most beautiful looking animation segment from the film. Like the scene what I think has the most beautiful animation was where was the crystal scene where everything turned into crystals, and we got to see a mirror of different of all Puss's 8 lives in those crystal mirrors. Yeah, that was actually beautifully animated, I gotta say. And yeah, now like what I said, yes, there are flaws in the film. I don't think I don't think it's as perfect as everyone else says it is, but yeah. Now, I did mention Burrito being annoying at first when when we're first introduced to him, and that's certainly a flaw I have. It counts. But I gotta say, my first flaw besides Burrito is that the orphan scene really dragged. Now, the fact that Davine Joy Randolph is in this film is actually really surprised. In fact, when I rewatched the film yesterday on Netflix, that was actually when I found out for the first time that Davine Joy Randolph what was in this film, and she voiced the orphan girl, the orphan lady. Now, now you might be asking me, who's Davine Joy Randolph? Well, if you're not a cinephile, you don't follow the Oscars. Besides Best Anime Feature, and yeah, you only care about animated films or blockbusters. Well, allow me to tell you who she is. Yeah, she was in the holdovers playing she was in the holdovers, and I think that she was the best part of the film, yeah, playing Mary, I think that's her name. I don't remember, but remember it being Mary, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Davine Joy Randall played Mary, the chef, the school's chef in the holdovers. And yeah, she won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, deservedly so, because like what I said, she is the best character in the holdovers. Damn, I should probably review the holdovers as part of my Christmas reviews, which isn't gonna be a lot, by the way. So yeah, now you know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of her performance as that orphan lady. Yeah, she was kind of annoying, and boy, yeah, that orphan scene was kind of a drag. Yeah, it took such a long time for them to get the hell out of there. But probably my least favorite thing about the film has to be Jack Horner. Oh my goodness. I strongly dislike Jack Horner. I think Jack Horner is the most overrated DreamWorks character ever and the most overrated villain. Like, yeah, one of the most overrated animated villains ever. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just do not. I can't stand him. He is such a dull villain whose only purpose in the movie is for meme baiting. Yeah, with the what take you so long? And the I pronounce this batch delicious. Yeah. Oh, but I will admit that the Jiminy Cricket, Cricket, the ripoff guy was actually hilarious. His voice is really good. Yeah, especially when he was like, oh, that's horrible. Your wish is horrible. You're horrible. You're an irredeemable monster. Yeah, I'll admit, that was a good meme. And, yeah, by the way, what he said was facts. Jack Horner is horrible. And, yeah, honestly, he should not have been in the movie at all. I'm sorry, but what purpose did Jack Horner have in the film? But I know people's defense of him would be like, oh, but not all villains need to have motivation. You can have a villain just straight up be entertaining. But no, Jack Horner is not entertaining. People say Goldilocks should not have been in the film. No, bullshit. No, Jack Horner is the character who I would have easily removed from the film. He literally did not contribute anything in the movie, and not to mention because of him, because of him, the movie was overcrowded with villains. Now we got Death, like literally who should have been the main villain of the movie, or in a way it is. He is the main villain. You got Goldilocks, who is the anti-hero of the film. So it does make sense for her to be in it, and yeah, Jack Horner. And if you wanted, pretty much how I would have made this movie flawless is just like simply remove Jack. Like make Goldilocks the only Goldilocks and the Three Bears the only characters for Puss, Kitty, and Perito to compete on when it comes to the map. Like don't drag Jack Horner in this film, and also make a wolf make Death like the real big bad. Don't use Jack Horner as like the final big boss battle. Make it Death all the way, because at least Death is a well written good villain. Something that Jack Horner isn't. Anything else? Oh yeah, also I should mention as well. One of his henchmen one of his annoying henchmen, the one who had the Midas touch, is. Am I the only one who noticed that she is a ripoff to Ruffner from the How to Train Your Dragon movies? Oh yeah. Also, I was not a fan of that ending. Like literally, the ending was just a setup to that unnecessary Shrek fight, which is beyond unnecessary, and I don't understand the hype for surrounding the film, other than nostalgia and possible use of the film's animation style. Now maybe yeah, Shrek. Now maybe Shrek 5 could surprise me. I like there are things I want in Shrek 5, like maybe you can bring back Goldilocks. Or maybe you could have made Jack Horner the main villain of Shrek 5 instead of possible to trying to like cram so many villains into one. So yeah. So overall, Puss in Boots: Last Wish, it may not be the best Shrek movie nor the best animated movie of 2022, like what others make it out to be, but this is still a damn excellent film that proves how strong DreamWorks was in the film, was in the year, with great animation, great storytelling, very strong character arcs. Where every single character has a complete development, personality, and goals. And just fun action, solid humor to support it, and yeah, did I mention great animation? Yeah, this movie is just truly great. Now yes, for those of you who say that this is the best theatrically released animated film 2022, that's actually easy to argue. Yes, I would not put this above Turning Red or The Bad Guys, but yeah, I mean that's fine. However, I don't get why people say that this is better than Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's nowhere near as powerful as Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. No scene made me cry as much as Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And I actually choose to rewatch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio over Puss in Boots 2. If you were to give me a selection between Pinocchio and Puss in Boots 2, the Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and make me pick one to rewatch, I would choose Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. So yeah. So with that said, guys, I'm going to give Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 4.5 stars out of 5. Great, near perfect movie. So yeah. So also for my review of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, what are your thoughts on the film? Would you agree with me that that Puss in Boots 2 it is not as perfect as others make it out to be, and who agrees with me that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is better than this? Or are you a part of those people who thinks that this film is the best anime film of 2022 and should have won best anime feature? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, who agrees with me that Wish did this? Wish was the better. I mean, sorry, my bad. Let me say it again. Who agrees with me that Disney's Wish from last year was the better Wish movie than Puss in Boots: Last Wish? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my movie review on The Wild Robot, which I already know is gonna be better than Puss in Boots 2. So yeah, bye guys.